Welcome, kings and queens, knights and princesses. I am Sir Justicus, and I am going to take you down to memory lane, the medieval ages. I, Sir Justicus, is one of the knights from the Round Table who served under King Arthur. Are there any kings or knights here? Or maybe princesses? Come with me, so we will go on a very interesting and fascinating journey. The medieval ages commenced in the year 476 and finished in 1492 by the discovery of America. In medieval times, the great territory dominated by the Roman Empire broke in many different ways, and in many of them, a monarchy was born. Now, let me tell you what a monarchy is. A monarchy is a place or country when it's ruled by a king or a queen. Did you know that, my fellow kings and queens, knights and princesses? Royalty had lots of power, and I am going to explain on how much power these people had. Firstly, at the very top, there was the king or the queen. Second, there were the dukes, the bishop, noblemen, knights, and ladies who controlled any territories. You see, I have a little bit of power, because I am in the second row. And as you all know, I am a knight. Thirdly, there were the peasants and the villagers. Fourth and lastly, there were the slaves. Poor slaves. No one cared for them except their own family. Poor, poor slaves. And then we have religions. Christianity was the religion that dominated Europe, especially in this time, the medieval ages. And its power was large. There was only one person on top of the kings or queens who gave out orders. Do you know who that might be? Come on, think of that. The Pope. Oh yes, you got that correct, my fellow friends. It was the Pope. The Pope served as another king, so he was more powerful than the king or the queen. Whoops! Another powerful religion was Islam. Although suppose there was respect towards everyone, there were lots of wars against Muslim people and Christians alike. Some knights, who were called the Knights Templars, traveled to many parts of different countries to start wars with Muslims, as the Pope commanded. We often see wars in cartoons or movies between knights and knights, or knights against monsters and dragons. Do you know what does a knight carry into battle? There are lots of different weapons and armor, but these are just a few, so let us name some of them. A flail, an axe, a long sword, bow and arrows for the archers, a lance, an iron shield, and also boiling oil. What do you think of these weapons? Is there one of them which might be your favorite? Do you remember watching any medieval cartoons or movies? These below are only a few of them. Now, I am going to introduce you to a few friends of mine that lived in these medieval times. Okay, let us meet my first friend.
Oh, hello, friends. My name is Robin, or as lots of you know me, Robin Hood. I am a good friend of Sir Justicus. and I am going to tell you something about myself. So, first of all, I am an archer, and I am married to my beautiful wife. Oh, she's so beautiful. Her name is Maid Marian. I always help people around, especially those poor ones, from all the high taxes of the evil Prince John and his assistant, the Sheriff of Nottingham.
I am Maid Marian, Robin's wife. I think you all met Robin by now. Living in the medieval times is very interesting, meeting different people and different cultures. Me and Robin live all around in different places, so we could travel and help others. Robin has also been in wars, but now it's all peace and quiet.
Good afternoon, fellow friends. I am Prince Philip, the son of King Hubert. I live in a castle along with my wife, Princess Aurora. Our castle is surrounded by trees and fields. Sometimes, we like to go for a ride on my horse so we could meet and talk to the villagers and friends. I once fought a dragon so I could save my princess and all her family. Have a good day, and it was a pleasure to meet you.
I am King Stefan, the King of Germany. In the medieval times, for us royals, it was very good, but for the poor people it was sometimes difficult. As a king, I always took care of my people, so that they could live a pleasant life. When there were wars, it wasn't always very easy. Would you consider yourself living in the medieval times? Is anyone hungry or thinking about food? What did we eat in the medieval times? Everyday food for the poor in the Middle Ages consisted of cabbage, beans, eggs, oats, and brown bread. Sometimes, as a specialty, they would have cheese, bacon, or poultry. Poultry is anything which consists of chicken, turkey, or any other feathered meat. All classes commonly drank ale or beer. Milk was also available, but usually reserved for younger people, such as children. Wine was imported from France and Italy for those with money and for those rich people. The wealthier you were, the better you ate. More meat and game, such as venison, was available to those who could afford it, along with white bread, spices, and rich sauces. If you lived near a body of water, fish was very popular. Inland lakes and streams provided freshwater fish and turtles, while coastal regions near oceans and seas had ample access to saltwater fish like herring, cod, and eel. When possible, fish was eaten fresh, though fish was dried, smoked, or salted for long-term storage to be eaten during winter. Honey straight from beehives, called iparies, was the common sweetener during the period, while herbs, nuts, roots, and flowers were eaten and used in medicines and teas. By that slide, we arrived at the end of today's journey. I hope you enjoyed this journey back in time. Which part was your most favorite? Before I go, I would like to give out some crafts and activities, which you can do with your teacher. Remember, always respect your friends and family, and always be eager to learn something new. It was a pleasure to meet all of you. I, Sir Justicus, along with my friends, would like to wish you a great day. Bye-bye, my fellow kings and queens, knights and princesses.